welcome to the Film Festival Cottbus 2020, and hello to Ivan Ikić, the director of OASIS. Thank you very much for your time and your fascinating film, but a film that also is very brutally honest in a way.
Thank you for the invitation and thank you for nice words about the film.
The film, for me, it was so rich in everyday details from the people in that institution that at some point during the watching, I thought he must have lived there for years and observed everyday life. So can you tell us a little bit about how you found the topic and how did you do your research?
Actually, I'm very attached to this subject for a very long time. I was in the same institution 15 years ago when I was the film student and I shot the documentary there. So I was coming after that many times. So basically I was there for a very long time. But the rehearsal and preparing for the film was actually very intensive, and which means that the year before the shooting, me and my team spent almost every day there. So basically, we were there as the people who works there actually. So we had plenty of time to meet all the people who live there, to know a lot about their lives, and actually to become the part of the institution itself, because we had very let's say open invitation to work there with the residents. So like we had all support to be there and to work there.
And no, sorry, you said.
Sorry, finished. I finished.
No, you finished.
Yeah, I finished.
Okay. No, I just wanted to say, to ask that since it is such a very honest film, how was the reaction from people running those institutions to your script or your idea of depicting the reality in this way?
The first meeting we had, me and producer, we had with the guys from the Ministry of Social Care. We met the guy who is responsible for those kind of institution, and he said, you have only one obligation: to shoot the film exactly as it is, don't make it more fairy tale like, or to somehow to make it more like easygoing and more digestible. Let it be as it is. So since beginning, yeah, that was very happy coincidence, and the people who work there are actually, yeah, they let us in, and yeah, nobody put any kind of pressure or control over the intention to make the film. So yeah, basically they were very confident in us because we were there for a long time, and the people who lived there really wanted to work with us, and we were friends anyway beside of the project. So we become the friends with many people there. So like they feel very confident with us. So basically from that side, it was very open since beginning.
And why do you think that is? That they
because the people who work there, that's a very tough job. You know, it's a very low paid. with very big responsibility, and it's the very few of them are actually are allowed to work there, because it's there are strict, there's the rules how many people can be in the institution and so on. So yeah, they feel like that the that kind of story should be told, because everybody feels that those kind of institutions are not sufficient anymore, and they don't know how to manage it anymore. Like, I feel that it's like it's the lost space in contemporary society, you know, but nobody knows what to do with.
Yeah. And how did you find the casting of the people?
Since I was there every day with my assistant, we were trying to find the characters which could play in the film. And I had the idea from the beginning that they should not play themselves in the film. They should play the roles. So I previously wrote the script and set up the story, and then we start to cast the characters who can play them in the film. And it was a very long process, well, more than a year. We are doing test shooting, we are doing workshops and so on. So basically we work for a long time trying to get somehow the final cast. And what helps a lot was we need to invent the completely the school of acting from beginning, like, and because everything you know about acting will not fit the situation where we shot. And so we need to reinvent acting technique for strictly for them, like exclusively for them. So that process was very fruitful, and we find out many things about film itself at the end, how we want to make it and how it's possible to be made. And that helped us a lot during the shooting and after that. So basically, the final cast was the part of the process. And in the beginning was, of course, everybody wants to act, but when they find out that it's not that easy, that they should invest a lot of their time and efforts in that. Basically, not many of them stayed in the workshop. But since beginning, I know that some of them are very talented and that they could make it. And of course, they had a confidence in me, and that was very very important since beginning, because they realized that I'm someone who respect them, and that they can be very open in front of me. So the other thing is that they were very open between themselves, because they know each other from beginning of their life. So they're living together for a very long time, and they know each other very well. So that also helped in the acting workshop to build the confidence between them and between them and me on the other side.
And when you were communicating with them during the acting workshop or during the shooting of the film, how much did you actually talk with them about their character's motivation or the emotions that were going on during each scene, or how could you convey your ideas to them?
We talk about it a lot because that was essential for this kind of film, because they were very unconfident with improvising. So we need to fix everything in advance before the specific scene, but they could not follow the larger picture, and they easily forget what happened in the what they shot in the scene 3 days ago. So that was impossible to make. But for every scene we start from beginning. What is the emotion? What kind of relation we are building between themselves in the scene, and what kind of motivation they have. And like any other acting, it works basically the same. And of course, the major problem was their attention span, which is very limited. But we built the attention during the shooting, and we had much better results as we are approaching to the end of the shooting. So, like they learn also a lot about filmmaking during the process, so they become a pro as we are approaching to the end. So they become very aware where the camera is in which moment and where should be, and not to cross their paths with the camera and DOP and so on. Yeah, I mean, like on any other shooting.
Yeah, that was interesting, because I felt that the framings of your film, they were so precise, right? And they did not allow for much unexpected movements in a way.
Yeah, but we work on it for a very long time, because at the beginning they feel that, of course, every take was completely different, but as we are rehearsing more and more, they got very confident in the same routine they are repeating from take to take, and they become aware that that's the way how they could concentrate more to the emotions itself. Like in the Stanislavski, the same principle work. Like it's the same when the actor become aware that the mise-en-scène and how he are walking through the scene, then he is capable of concentrate more of the emotions and the inner life of the character.
There was also something I found when watching the film, was that you had a very specific way in the sound design. So I felt that it was, in a way, the sounds were very subjective at times. They were realistic sounds, of course, but then you would hear a focus on a certain sound, and you would realize that this sound plays a particular role for this character, or the sound conveyed a certain emotion very strong, or what was going on inside the character. Can you talk a little bit about that idea?
It comes from the main concept we want to achieve, that we are talking from the perspective of the main character we are following in specific part of the film. So we have the three main characters, and we see their parts from their own perspective. So it's kind of subjective cinema we want to apply also in the sound design. So it's realistic, but it's very, how to say, it's very subjective and very personal, how the character actually the audience heard the scene exactly as the character in that moment heard the scene. So when something is much important and there is a lot of suspense inside of it, as in your life, you are abstracting all other sounds. You are concentrate just on the specific sounds which is important in that specific moment. So when the character is in the situation like that, he is more focused in the sound which is crucial for himself or herself in the specific scene. So that's we work on it all the time in the sound design, but also in the mixing, trying to stay somehow realistic and stay like very, let's say, nothing unusual happened in the sound. There are the sounds you can see also in the pictures. So, but to apply specific sound mix where some of those sounds are much more important for the character in the moment than the other side. So as you doing in your life, you're constantly mixing, you're constantly doing real-time sound mixing when you are crossing the street, when you are talking to someone. So we apply that in the sound mix concept of the film.
And what are you doing these days during lockdowns and all these situations happening? Are you writing on anything, or?
I'm researching a lot for some of the future projects, and usually I would be very busy with the other things, but right now, since everything is stopped and I'm not traveling with the film, and I'm not obliged to be on the screenings and to do the other things usually directors do when they have the film in distribution. Right now, I'm more concentrated to reading, and that's it. Like thinking about what the future will bring us, you know, since a lot of things will change for sure in the film industry and in filmmaking. I'm trying to figure out what is the right direction for the future, and what is the next project where I should spend 4 or 5 years of my life. And that's somehow very anxious choice right now, because not much we can plan for the future.
Yeah, that's true. All right, then I thank you very much for this Q&A. And I hope that you will find an interesting subject during your research and contemplation.
Yeah, I hope so. Thank you.
Thank you.